All right. All right, guys. First of all, I apologize. Give me just a moment. I literally just woke up and my alarm did not go off. My alarm clock is an hour off. So give me just a moment and I will be right back. Give me just a minute. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. I am so sorry. So hold on. I got to kill my volume on my phone. All right. Well, hello. I literally just woke up. I looked at my alarm clock and it says 7 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, cool. I got like an hour. And, oh my goodness. All right. So, whew. And then I turn my phone on and my phone says 8:03. And I'm like, what? So, oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I really am so sorry about that, guys. it's been it has been a very very busy week. I had said to Ronnie, I'm like, man, I gotta lay down. I gotta get an hour nap in before the stream starts. And no, West Virginia is not a different time zone. It's same time zone. I don't know what I have to look at my wind up alarm clock. I don't know what happened there, but so I'll have to look at that. I have no idea what happened. So obviously the alarm clock didn't go off, so I kept sleeping. So anyway, we are going to get into this topic. You just got to give me a couple of minutes here to wake up and uh, okay, man, I love naps. I'm going to tell you what, but uh, okay. So before we jump into this video and this stream, guys, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. That please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness. And somebody asked me, well, why do you say that? And before the stream start, and I said, well, because some people can be jerks. That's why I say that. If you give people the ample warning, it's just like why do they have a warning label on cigarettes, right? You have a warning label on cigarettes because you can read it and say, wow, these are bad for me. Well, I'm going to smoke them anyway, right? So that's what people do. But yeah, once you hit a certain age, naps are necessary. What? We have been going here. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of what we've been doing first and what's been going on here, and then we're going to get into the topic of this video. But anyway, please be kind. If you are not, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue are going to give you the boot out of here. Also, if you have any questions, please all cap lock so it stands out for me. I do appreciate that. So I have to tell you, so today is Wednesday, obviously, right? Well, today was the day that they delivered the shipping container. So our Zim, the shipping container is in place. That was, I guess, the company that owned that shipping container because it has it on there, Zim. So if you guys saw that before, but so that is out by the main road, that shipping container. So he's like, yep, well, I'll be there by 2. Then he called me, said he might be a little bit late. He was here by 10 after 2. Young man, delivered it, did a really, really good job. And so very, very much appreciated there. So, see, now for me, it's, yeah, I know from the Zim, for me, it reminds me of Starship Troopers, the movie, Sergeant Zim. If anybody has ever watched Starship Troopers, now it uh, didn't do well in the theaters, but it has like a cult following, and I always liked the movie. Always liked the movie. I thought it was a great movie. So, but yeah. So, all right. Whoo. God, I do feel better though. I can tell you that I did have a good nap. So, so today, well, so last night we had rain, and so I parked my truck up in the upper meadow because we knew it was going to probably be pretty slick to try to drive down into the lower meadow. And so those movies depress me because everyone dies. Well, a lot of them, yeah, a lot of them did. Um, but so to get in and out today, I've had to walk up the hill or walk down the hill, and so then we had somebody. So Ronnie and I had gone out this morning, and and had some running around that we had to do, and we are giving it time for things to dry out so that we could continue working on what we needed to work on here. And so while we were out, another young man came here that's going to be helping out. That that delivered the shipping container had no issues with the mud. We okay, so the shipping container is out by the main road. I had a load of gravel put down out by the main road, and the folks that own the property up by the road that I bought the property from down here, they have very graciously allowed me to put that shipping container up by the main road. So that is where that's going to go. Uh, Couple reasons. One is because I want to be able to have my motorcycle down here, and so I don't want to bring that all the way back into the property. This road that we have coming in here is not good enough at this point in time, and I don't think it probably ever would be riding a motorcycle in and out. So being able to have that out on the main road is going to be really helpful. Plus, obviously, storage. And when you have a 20-foot long shipping container that's 8 foot high, you can get a lot of crap in there. So, you know, but the I got to get the four wheeler down here as well, so that would be something else that could be stored there as well when I'm not here. So, uh, you know, but how do you plan on managing the overgrowth you will have soon? I'm going to deal with that as the time comes. I have a couple of ideas, and I will explain all that to you. But so then, excuse me. So when the young man that came here today got stuck. So we drove in, and he got stuck on the road. Ronnie had to go get his truck, back it down the hill, hook him up, and pull him up into the upper meadow, our meadow. So yeah, it was. So and then, like I said, it's a crazy busy day. The battery room is basically it's boxed in now, completely boxed in. We got the door on there. All that part is done. The only thing that we really have left to do with the battery room is get the tin on the roof, and that's going to be the game plan for tomorrow. So, but whew, God, I'll tell you what, guys. Yeah, we've been going, but I honestly I can tell you by looking at my stomach since I've been here, I am definitely skinnier. There's no doubt. There's a ways to go. I will be honest. I definitely have a ways to go. But as I told you guys before, either two things are going to happen with me being down here in West Virginia. Either I'm going to get skinny, or you're going to see me laying down face dirt out here in the field one day. I mean, it is definitely a workout. Just walking in and out of here is a workout. So, but ladies back at home, Don, are doing very, very well. I talk obviously to them every day. Actually, let me see if I got a text from Heather because, oh, all right, cool, cool. All right. Well, I do have that. Yeah. And so here's the thing when I go to sleep, too, just so you guys know, I turn my phone off because I get a lot of calls. So, you know, emails, texts, phone calls. So there's a lot of there's a lot of action that way. So, oh my goodness gracious. So obviously we're gonna go over the time to make up for the time that I missed. I honestly, to be honest with you, when I saw, um, hold on a second. What is going on here? Oh, I know what the problem. No, that's okay. Hold on. Ah, hold on. See, this is how badly I'm not awake yet. I'm like, why is this not? Ah, there we go. That's better. I'm like, why is my laptop on battery? Because I never plugged it in. Ah. But yeah, yeah. So when I'm asleep, guys, my phone's off, so anybody can call me to their blue in the face. When I get up, that's when I'll see the message. All right. All right. I'm just trying to regroup here and get my brain working. But anyway, we've been making great progress here. Um, I will tell you, Ronnie has been a freaking godsend, with that. And it's been very, very busy. So the other thing I will tell you what I did today as well. I talked to this one company that does the buildings, and they do have so the lead time on having one of these buildings made is 6 to 8 weeks, and so they do have a building the size that we're looking for, and I've debated back and forth. Do I build something? Do I have something pre-made brought in here? And all those type of things. And with everything that we're trying to do and trying to get done, um, for right now, it's easier for me in the long run, looking at the big picture of things, to have a building brought in right now. So I am looking at having a 12 by 32 building brought in to start with, one building, working on that, and and again that gives us another area for storage. So as I'm making these trips back and forth from New York in bringing stuff down, that's what we're going to do. So what has to happen before that building gets brought in here, right? I got to have the bulldozer guy come back down here, finish out flattening out this area up here. I'm going to need to get gravel. I have the gravel here. Get gravel down, and then go buy the concrete blocks. And then when they bring that building in here, we can. No bites on the building yet. Or I mean, the homestead up in New York yet. I talked with, or well, he texted me, and he said he's had nobody, show any interest yet. So, but okay. Sorry, guys. I'm really just not awake yet. So that was all of a sudden I'm thinking I got an hour and I didn't. So, okay, let's get into the actual topic of this video. So we got 566 in the chat. We have 220 thumbs up. So before we get started with this, I know I'm like scrambled, so I do apologize. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, it really makes a difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Uh, and again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So thank you guys all for that. All right. Now we're going to talk about Yellen. Um, as you guys all know who Yellen is, she came on, and I love how they do this. Okay, she's talking about how energy prices are going to go up and food prices are going to go up, but what is the fault according to Yellen? Okay, according to Yellen, the fault of that lies with the war in Ukraine with Russia. That's the problem. Why the prices of fuel's going to be going up even more. The cost of food is going to go up even more. And I want to really kind of focus on, now obviously a lot of you out here, you're not stupid, like I'm not stupid. I don't know, like somebody says BS, right? Exactly. The prices of food and the prices of fuel and energy were going up way before the war started between Russia and Ukraine. Now, why don't you guys remember something? These big farms that are out there that are producing a tremendous amount of food, 75% of all the fertilizer in the world that is made comes out of Russia. So we are not importing any of that this year. That's not going to be, none of that's going to be coming in. So what happens to food production because you don't have that going on? And then when you have weather related issues, when you have, and I'm gonna put it like this because the statement that I'm about to make, because I don't believe this to be the case. I believe that there are ways that this can be done and dealt with, but are not being done and dealt with. The supposed water shortages, right? There are certain parts of this country that get a tremendous amount of water. I mean, a tremendous amount of water. We have areas in California, we have areas in Arizona that are not normally good growing areas because, they don't get enough water. We have enough water in places like Seattle. Let's ask Marfugal News. Let's ask Adam how much rain they get up in Seattle. They get a lot of rain. A lot of rain. If we harvested as a country, prioritized as a country, what's more important? Let's think about this for a second. What's more important? Fighting all these wars all over the world, putting not billions, trillions of dollars into these war efforts, right? Making these companies rich beyond belief, and instead took that money and put it into shipping water to where it needs to go. Because, like right there, Okie Forge just said, water is life. There is not a shortage of water and again, strictly just let me say, in my opinion. Now, there are certain parts of the country that are not getting the kind of water they were getting before. There are certain parts of the country that the aquifers are way below where they should be because of overusage. Okay. But that could be rectified. There's no reason that it couldn't be rectified. I want to give you guys an example of something. And this is just one example. People out there, off-gridders, homesteaders. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a channel that does it. Oh yeah, the Green Dream Project, right? They're in Arizona. So what have they done? Realizing they have monsoon season where there's a lot of water, everything greens up beautifully, really nicely. But then the rest of the year they get very little water. So what they did, they put in a huge cistern. They have huge water tanks. So when these rains come, they're collecting that water off the gutters of their buildings and they store that water to use the rest of the year. There is reason, no reason whatsoever, in my opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion. If we put the money to something positive where we could do something like that on a large scale, if they're doing it, that one family, the Green Dream Project, go check them out on a small scale, one family, and a lot of people do that. Huge, cistern. You look at the South, guys. You look at Louisiana. You look at Alabama. You look at South Carolina. You look at Florida. Florida gets rain realistically almost every single day, right? Rains all the time in Florida. Now, it only might rain for an hour and then it clears up and it's sunny again. Great. And then on your day you go. But we have a tremendous amount of rain all over this country. If we could utilize that, ship it to places that don't have rain that are needed for agriculture, there's no reason that it couldn't happen. No reason it couldn't happen. So, to me, all the excuses in the world, it's nonsense. Because if one family, and like I said, you look in Arizona, one family, Green Dream Project, look what they did. Now, are they such geniuses, the Green Dream family, that they have done this project and are smarter than the government officials? No. And so water pipelines. Okay, let's talk about that. What environmental damage would water pipelines do? Oh my God, there's water leaking. There's no damage with that. You know what I mean? So what? If the pipe leaks and you get a little bit of water on the ground, big deal. So to me, it's excuses. We are in extreme drought in western Oklahoma. Okay, Okie Forest just said that. Right. And I know Arizona's dealing with that. Certain parts of California are dealing with that as well. And we have used, different water sources across, different areas, like the Colorado River is a huge source for that. But even, okay, let's look at this Sierra Mountains in California. You got those areas that get, it's all the fear porn they feed. It's a lot of it, Miss Bella. I think a lot of it. Gloom and doom, scary to death. The answers are out there. Our ancestors were very resilient. They were very, very tough. They figured out problems. They figured out what to do. So, you look at a family like the Green Dream project. Are they way smarter than everybody else? No, they realized, okay, this is where we've chosen to live. What we want to do, you have the monsoon season, right, and resourceful. You're exactly right, sports mom. They were very resourceful. We've lost that. We, as a country, for the most part, rely on the government. Yeah, too many rules and regulations. That's a good point, Awesome Sauce 753. But we've lost that as a country. We rely on the government to give us all the answers and tell us what we should do and make the choices for us so we don't have to think. Well, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's no reason. I'm going to tell you what. Like we had a good rain here last night. If I had had all my rain catchment stuff set up, and let's say I had a cistern in place here, you really don't need a well. If I got a 10,000 gallon cistern and then I have rain catchment things set up all over the place, why would you have to dig a well? The rain is going to provide it. That water is going to be there. So you go through a period where it's not going to rain, you're going to have, that's going to happen. You're going to have droughts. But one rainstorm can give you thousands and thousands of gallons of water. So think about that. I mean, these are things, there's answers out there, but people don't want to put the time and effort and money into it. But yet, as a country, oh, do we got money to go to war, right? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And again, if it depends on where you live in the country, certain areas, like you get down to San Diego, they don't get very much rain at all. But rain catchment systems are illegal in a lot of states. You know what? Or they want to charge you for water that falls on your property, JJ. They want to charge you for that in certain places too. There's, regulations and all that type of stuff. They make it like ridiculously hard to be self-sufficient, to take care of yourself, because just like power companies, you live in a town. Think about it, and pick any town USA. Any town USA, you have to have the water from the town. So if you are not hooked up to the water from the town, if you are not hooked up to the power from the town, they will condemn your home. They will shut you down and they will kick you out. Okay. How ridiculous is that? So because you decide you want to, you know, be your own independent person and not have to pay some company or some, state or county or country to get things that are there free. That's insane. Exactly. Yeah, Miss Bella just said it's insane, because that is insane. If you think about it, if you sit down and you think about it, I mean, and what have they done? And I want you guys to think about this too. And we're this is all part of what we're talking about tonight. Okay, look at the tiny house movement, right? Certain municipalities, you have to have, if you're going to build, if you're going to build something, it has to be a certain square footage. It can't be a tiny house because so many people were going to tiny houses, and they were doing that because it was more cost effective. The counties can't tax you as much. So if you have a quarter acre lot and you have this little bitty tiny house on there, well, instead of a 2,000 square foot house that you're never using all the rooms unless you have a big family, which most people in today's day and age don't have big families because we can't afford them, you know. Um, they're not making the revenue, they're not making the tax money, they're not being able to do those things. So, you know, you couldn't pay me to live in a tiny house. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And I agree with you 100%. But who is anybody to tell somebody you have to live in this size building? It has to be at least this big. And if you don't want it to be that big, why do you have to do that? How is it that they're, and again, we got to look at when it comes to that, why? Why don't they want you? Because they don't want you to be free, because they don't want you to have more money to put in your pocket, because you don't have to heat this great big house and you don't have to have electric for this great big house, right? You know, but there's always, you always have to follow the money. Who's making money off of regulations and rules that are put in place in towns or counties? I'll give you an example of something. Hey, Pam in Wonderland, off topic, but have you checked secondhand sources for a used building or shed for storage? A lot cheaper than building new. I have not done that yet, but thank you for that suggestion, and I do appreciate that. And thank you very much for the donation. With what we just did with the battery room, and I want to kind of explain it, you know, and just from my own, that is the power source of what I am going to be doing here. So I wanted it to be built very solidly. I wanted to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So it is overkill, 100%. Be the first to admit it, but I wanted it that way. I wanted it that way for that reason. That is the heart, if you will, because there's no power lines that come back to where my property is, folks. So I'm either going to be living in the Stone Age or I'm going to have my own power source. I would rather have my own power source, as you all know anyway, because they don't own me. If the power goes out for everybody else, we're still going to have power. So now, one of the things I did want to explain to you. So, with that, I'm just going to touch briefly on this. What does it cost me to get the power set up? Now, right now, 6 solar panels, which is 2,080 watts of solar. Um, and then you're looking at 2 batteries. This is for a 48-volt system, charge controller, inverter, the wiring, all those type of things. It was just for that. And now that's enough power to run all of our needs with this camper. And I actually am getting, I've already bought it. It's actually, I just got the email today that it's shipped. I'm buying another battery that's going to be coming here, and I bought a big battery. So it is 11 kilowatt hours. Now, anybody you want to go and look at that, what I have right now with the 2 batteries that I have is 5 kilowatt hours. So I'm amazed at how a small house and powerful of all for 5,500. Amazing. Yeah, so it's a little over 5 grand I got into this here. Now, the battery room itself that I'm building is $4,500. So if you want to throw that on the top of that, now we're up to $10,000 for the power system and the housing unit, if you will. Now, obviously, if you want to go to Home Depot or any of those other places, buy a cheap building, because that's how they're made, and all those type of things are not made to last. Um, you know, and now, like with this other battery that I have coming in, It was $3,700. That's after my discount. I got a 7% off on the thing. So, but it's an 11 kilowatt hour battery. That's going to give us enough power to not only power this camper, but also get us going on one or two buildings. So, it's going to make a big difference. But, you know, and but anyway, so I know I'm getting completely off the rails here, but the reality is you can set up your own solar system to run a camper, if you will, or a small home for about 5 grand, and then realistically put in a building if you want to build it yourself, like we're doing here, or however you want to do it. Yes, they are lithium ion batteries. Doug Westfall. Yep, lithium ion, 48 volt. So the difference is I went from my 24-volt system in New York to now a 48-volt system here in West Virginia. Okay. Pam said, I missed it. Did you get a building? I have talked to a company, and I'm going to be getting a 12 by 32 building brought in. Again, it's a starting point that we're going to do here. And so I can get that in here, and that gives us area for storage. If we have to, if we sell up in New York right away, then we can have the camper and a building to be able, and then like I said, now the shipping container. So there, I need a list of your components and links to them, please. Oh gosh, I could probably do that. Shoot me an email and I'll see what I can put together. Because I'll have to go back and look at everything that I bought. I do have that information, but I'm going to have to go back through and I would have to write it all down. I know a lot of people have asked, and now you got to remember, I bought a lot of my stuff last year for the solar system. So I bought the panels, the charge controller, the combiner box, all those things. I in the wire. I bought all of that last year because I knew that it would never be cheaper than it was going to be then, and also the fact that I wanted to get a jump start. So when we came down here, I'm not trying to put that all out all at once now, and so I'm glad I did. I'll be honest with you, because I over the winter I worked on paying that down and paying that off, and so believe me, I spent enough money down here recently. So, uh, but the money that I've spent down here is in anticipation of my property in New York selling. When the property in New York sells, I can pay off these credit cards that I used. I actually only used two credit cards, but to get things like that. So, but you need to let that gorgeous beard grow. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, for right now, it's going to grow. I'm just letting it do its thing. It's getting longer. Oh, what happened to my finger? Okay, so this finger here, and actually this one here, when I was resetting the blocks yesterday, this one I actually cut, smashed it, ripped it open, so that got smashed. This one I just crushed it, and I had a little bit of blood under the nail, but that one's fine. But yeah, that's when you are working on projects, you're going to get hurt. Things happen. So, but but yeah, there's like I said, I mean, you know, I love the fact of being energy independent. It's huge. It is huge. I bought a shed, and walls and floor and roof were assembled on site. Yeah, and again, you can do that, but they're not going to make it a lot of times unless you've invested the money and told them exactly what you want to do. You can hire somebody to come in and build something to your specifications. I did have gloves on, Jen. Well, after I cut my finger the first time, I had gloves on, and then I still smashed my other finger. But how long will the batteries last, like cycles? Because it is a more efficient battery, 48 volt system, the batteries should last probably about 20 years, at least. So, but again, that's part of that. So I do want to get back on topic because I'm really getting off the rails here, and I do apologize. What are we at? 782 in the chat. 369 on the thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel, and I appreciate that. Also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is going to be for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. It pushes us up higher in the rankings. So thank you for shooting those thumbs up for that reason as well. Again, also, if you are not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for doing that as well. So, all right. But again, they're screaming out there food shortages, energy shortages, and you're hearing a lot of people talk about all those type of things. Now, I'm not saying that it's being done on purpose, but when you have, we would all be shocked if you stayed on subject. Yeah, I know. I don't think I've ever stayed on topic for an entire stream ever. So yeah, iron phosphate. Yep, lithium ion phosphate. Yep, that is the batteries. They're awesome. They're expensive. So real quickly, just so you guys know, the battery that I am buying is an 11 kilowatt hour battery. It is be without the discount code, it was $4,000 for one battery. But it would be it would be you know I have Jen, I have a realtor that I'm working with, so I have a 6 months 6 months contract with them. It sells, it doesn't. Here's the best part: if it doesn't sell, I already own the property. I don't owe anything on it except for taxes. So that's what we would do. That would slow me way down with what I want to do down here. So, but I will continue to do what I'm doing down here, and I will continue to work down here. In the same time, continuing to move things down every single trip that I come back from New York. So, but anyway, so let's get back actually to on topic. So they're talking about most 48-volt lithium ion batteries have a long warranty. Yeah, the warranty itself is 10 years, cutting edge preparedness. On that battery, the warranty itself is like 10 years. So yeah, it's guaranteed to last, and it should last more than 20. So I want you guys to remember something. So, and I'm just going to use this as an example. When I upgraded my system in New York, when I went from, and this is going way back, when I went from 12-volt system to a 24-volt system, some of you may remember, some of you may not. I sold my old batteries then, and that's going back 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I sold my old batteries to Troy from the Do It Yourself world. He's still using those batteries. He is still using those batteries. So I had used those batteries for a year. I had upgraded to a new battery, and that's when I went with the lead acid. When I had the Trojan uh, batteries, that's when I had upgraded to those. And so I had sold him those batteries. He's still using those batteries. So just to let you know, I mean, they do well. Pam in Wonderland, you are doing fabulous. Would have to be nice if New York came together so quickly. It would be awesome. I'll be honest with you. Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that statement, and thank you very much for the donation. I'm beyond pleased with our progress down here. I cannot tell you how happy I am. Since Saturday, we have been running on solar. All my power, I don't have to shut anything down. I don't have to be conservative in my power use. I can do whatever air conditioning, heat, whatever I want to do, I can do it. And so that makes a big difference. It really does. So yeah, the Google don't draw down more than 20% of volts, and car batteries are fine. It's the same thing with your the lithium ion batteries. There is a shut off thing automatically programmed into the charge controller inverter. If it drops below a certain percentage, the whole system will turn off like that. And what happens then, um, you fire up the generator, it charges the batteries, keeps your power going in that meantime, and those type of things. So one of the reasons for the new battery as well, if I run into a period where 3 or 4 days where I have overcast, not overcast, but like rain, no power coming in, then I will still have plenty of juice in those batteries to keep me going. So that's just another aspect of that too. So the more battery storage and power that you have, the better and longer you're able to run. The bigger your solar system is, how much quicker your batteries are charged up. Like the two batteries that I have right now, generally by before 11 in the morning, they are completely charged up. So, anyway, so I know again, we're completely off the rails and not even close to being on topic. Um, what will be enough solar to power your new house and everything else? Well, when I get this new battery, Nikki, what I'm going to see is if in a day I can get those batteries completely full. The 11 kilowatt hour battery will take longer to fill because of, but with the amount of sunshine that we get here, it shouldn't be that bad. So, but off topic, but I agree with the great beard comment. Wisdom of the monarch. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been using that you really care. I've been using beard butter in this to keep it more under control, because what normally happens with this crazy beard that I have is, you can see there's a lot of body in my beard. So if I put the beard butter on, it keeps it more under control. It's not egg count time yet, JJ. You're jumping the gun. Well, oh, I see. Well, no, actually, because I'm looking at the amount of time I've been live. We can't go by that because I was late. I was late, but we'll go ahead. We'll do that now, because I'm looking at this. I'm going, why? What are you talking about? I got 4 minutes to go yet. So yes, it is egg count time. So before we do the egg count again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, we got 769 in the chat. We're at 435 on those thumbs up. Um, let's get. I see I'm like completely off, guys. Completely off. So anyway, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Let's get that number jumped up there. We got enough of a crowd in here that it should be much, much higher. Again, it really does help with the algorithms. I know you got to keep me on schedule, JJ. You got to keep me on, because I will. Next thing you know, I'm like off here or something. Hey, that's shiny. So, all right. So, what is the egg count? It's how many eggs, and did Thick Neck lay or not today? So I'll give you guys a moment to get your guesses in here. Hold on a second. All right. If you had the same exact guess as the Scan family with 11 eggs, and I have no idea, because she did not tell me if Thick Neck laid or not today. I have no idea if she laid or not today. So, but there was 11 eggs today. Hey, Pam in Wonderland. Here we have vacation sites where they use the camper, block it up, skirt it, and a sunroom. It's very affordable. Might be a good option for Heather. Oh yeah, well that sounds good. Yep. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the donation. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure everything out as we move forward down here. But yeah, 11 eggs is great. 11 eggs today was great. And I honestly, like I said, I don't know if Thick Neck laid or not today, because she didn't tell me. So, but yeah, they're laying. Um, so, but yep. So that was what was going on there. So, hope you do a double live stream with Angry Prepper. You know what? Actually, no, I'll tell you what. Angry Prepper will be here Friday. He will be. I asked him. He asked me. So I got to tell you this conversation. So, Angry Prepper texted me and he says, "Hey," he goes, "Do you need me to bring anything?" So I replied, $1 million, and then laughing, obviously. I said, "Whatever you want to bring is fine." So I said, "What time are you going to be here?" He will be here Friday. He said between 8 and 10 in the morning. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to see if he would like to join me Friday night when I do my live stream, and maybe Angry Prepper and myself will sit down together, and you know we'll sit down together and do a joint live stream, and I'll see if he would like to join me in that. And I know he plans on streaming when he's here as well, and so and doing some video and stuff like that. So, because he had asked me if he could, and I said, absolutely, you can. So, yeah, I'll see if he wants. I'm sure he would. That would be very, very cool. Now, I would have to ask him. I will have to ask him to please be, watch the language in the live stream. So we'll see what how that goes. But so that should be a lot of fun. That should be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Jason is a really super good guy. He really is. And I like him a lot too. So, looking forward to having him here. Now, I know some people out there. Let me just say this. I know some people out there have still have some emails that I have to get to. We have been crazily busy, so I do apologize if I have not got back yet. But to yet, but I will probably after the stream. I'm going to look and stuff, and I'll try to get back to some people. It's been nuts, guys. I'll be honest with you. But we are making tremendous progress. And I know some of you are going to be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." I was also moving stone today a little bit. Somebody had made the suggestion where I buried the direct bury wire. They said put a line of stone over the top of that because then you know exactly where the wire is. And I thought, you know what? That's a great idea. I don't remember who made that suggestion. Otherwise, I would give them the credit where credit is due. But that was the suggestion from somebody that watches the channel. Um, what ground mount system did you use on a new homestead? I have that information too, and I could not tell you off the top of my head. I will go back. I'm going to make you guys a promise. I will go back in. I will get all that information, the ground mount, all that information for you guys. And I will put a list together and I will share that with you. Okay. I promise to do that. Solar panels, charge controller, inverter, all those type of things. Now I'm sure that it's gone up in price since I bought them last year because everything's gone up in price. But anyway, yes. Yeah, so I put stone on the where I buried the wire, so it's on top. So to the person that made that suggestion, again, thank you. As you guys saw that yesterday, we reblocked the camper, and so with doing that as well, that was a suggestion by several viewers. Very much appreciated. I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I make no claim to be some kind of expert on everything. I am not. I have learned as I've gone along. I will make mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes. And, that is, that's just, but I'm going to always share. I'm going to share the positive. I'm going to share the negative. I'm going to share the victories and I'm going to share the defeats. So, I think it's all part of it if I make a mistake, and you guys can learn from me because I screwed something up, then I have no issue with that. I have no issue with that. So, um, are you going to crisscross the battery room also? I don't know what you mean crisscross the battery room. I don't know what you're talking about. RV source. What do you mean by crisscross? Okie4 says, I thought I made a mistake once, but I was wrong. I love that. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? We can all learn. Not true, Ed. You're an expert at gravel and raised beds. LOL. Well, I'll tell you what. I got raised beds down. I got them down now. So when I build them down here, they better be perfect. So, but yeah, like I said, everything is a learning experience. Everything should be taken for that experience. So real quick here, guys, before we go on, and like I said, I'm going to go over time wise because I got on here late because I was sleeping. Man, I was out. I mean, completely out. So, yep, I got the new tires already, Jay. I already got them. That was on Monday. I got the tires on Monday. So, Mary Tyler says, I like learning through your mistakes. Well, it cost you a whole lot less when you learn through my mistakes. That's for sure. Oh, my God, that's awesome. So real quick, I want to mention my website, preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse One community there, which is a resource that we have set up for you guys to be able to connect with like-minded people. It is free to join, does not cost anything, but you do have to register. Once you're in, check out the message boards, look for people in your state or your country. Again, that's there for you guys. So, do that for sure. Also, We have on my website, we have the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. So again, preppernurse1.com, you look for the Forefathers logo, you click on that, it will take you to their website. When you're over there, if you decide to make a CBD or hemp purchase, definitely use the discount code PrepperNurse1. You will save yourself 15%, and that's the number one, not ONE. CBD products are a great thing to have. They help with a lot of ailments, and so definitely something you should take, take advantage of. Also, last but not least, on my website, preppernurse1.com, we have the Legacy freeze-dried foods. Is something else you absolutely should be taking advantage of. It is 25-year shelf life, GMO free. So again, preppernurse1.com, you click on store, it drops down. You see Legacy Foods, you click on that, it will take you to the store within the website. Again, GMO free. It is made in the United States, largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. So definitely take advantage of that. It is vegetarian, but there are beef and chicken options that can be purchased separately. Also, it is there are gluten-free options for people that need that as well. So definitely take advantage of that, guys. All right, and just to it's there for you. So I am a Prepper Nurse One addict. Look forward to your live streams. Well, thank you, Jay, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. This it's been a lot of fun. Are you building raised beds at your new place? I do plan to, Cherokee Man 71. I will tell you what we're dealing with soil here. All right. I got about that much topsoil, and then the rest of it is clay. It goes to clay. It's really, really very much clay up here. So I definitely am going to do raised beds because of that reason. I definitely want to do another greenhouse as well, and and work our own soil in that aspect. Do you think Jason will become part of your mag? I'm hoping so. I'll be honest with you. In my opinion, Jason would be an unbelievable asset to have in anybody's mag. So one of the reasons that I asked him to come here is because I want him to be, part of my mag. So that is absolutely something. Yes. So, but anyway, all right. So what do we got here time wise? All right, we're good. You guys are going to get on me in about 3 minutes. So because we got to do shout outs, but we're going to continue beyond. Okay. Um, If you ever have another son, don't name him Clay. That's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of clay up here. There's a lot of clay. All 3 inches of my topsoil are you referring to of the clay? Oh my God, that's funny. Yeah, there's like a very small layer of good dirt, and then it goes really crappy bad, really fast. So, um, anyway, there's a lot of games being played. There's a lot of manipulation going on. They're using a lot of fear to get people to flip out. You watch a lot of YouTube channels. What are you seeing? Oh my God, you know, and do I believe there will be food shortages? I do believe there will be. Do I believe that it's going to be manufactured? In my opinion, strictly my opinion, I believe it's being manufactured. We have enough area in this country that if people started gardening themselves, working on that aspect of it, they would be able to grow and produce a lot of their own produce. But so many people have gotten away from that. You look back to the Great Depression and how bad that was then. And the reason so many people survived the Great Depression is because they grew their own crops. We need to get back to that self sustainability. It is really, really important to do so. With getting away from that, it just, it puts us in a very precarious position because now what happens then? Let's say the food shortages come and supplies are not there and you can't get these things in. If you can't provide for yourself, you're screwed. I mean, really, because now what happens? Who are you relying on? Let's in the comments. You can't grow your own food. You can't go to the store and buy your own food. Who are you relying on? In the comments, guys, let's talk about who you're reliant on then. Give you guys a minute to get your guess or your answers up here. I like the one comment. Country Girl Tawana said, handouts. You're relying on the government. You're relying on the government to feed you, to take care of you. Some of you are putting FEMA. You're relying on Big Brother. He's going to have to take care of you. And if you are in that position where you are relying on the government, you are under the government's complete and total control. I believe a lot of the things that are being done, that it is being done intentionally, because we have so much area here in the United States where if we worked together, I know it's a weird concept, and I know I've said it so many times. Um, you know, it's when I grew up, very little cans in our cupboards, mostly canning jars. Yeah, chit chat, and it's my grandparents had an acre garden when I was growing up. They had a fully stocked pantry in the basement because they grew up on in the Great Depression. So they were used to not having. So they always put back in case of emergency. Now I'm going to tell you what. I have no intention of standing in a bread line with a couple thousand of my closest friends waiting for the government to dole out me a little bit of food. I have no intention of doing that. I want to be as self sufficient as I possibly can, self reliant, you know, and that's what we should be doing. All of us should be striving for that. I have been harping with you guys for how many years about stocking food away, about learning how to garden, because when things truly go bad in this country, all you hunters out there, all you fishermen that think you're going to go out and hunt and fish and you're going to have all kinds of stuff to do, how soon, and I want you to think about this, guys, how soon do you think a lake or a pond would be fish dry if you have 100, 200, 300 people all fishing, all in whatever they catch, they're keeping and they're eating it because they don't have anything coming in. How many of you think that in the woods, when you go out there looking for woods with thousands of other people banging away in the woods, not only will you be shooting each other by mistake, or if you're lucky enough to get a deer or anything else, somebody hears that shot, where do you think they're going? They're going to where you are because they know, man, I just heard a shot. Somebody probably got something. So the woods would be hunted dry absolutely in no time flat. The rivers, the creeks, the ponds, the lakes, they will be the same thing. It will be hunted or fished and hunted out. There won't be those sources there. We are going to be gatherers and growers. And when you gather and grow, you better be able to put things back. You better be able to put things back. So, I just want you to realize for all the people who say, well, I'll go out and I'll trap and I'll hunt and I'll do all that. Well, that's great. If you're good at it, great. Maybe in that first month or two after an SHDF event, you're probably going to get some and you're probably going to be able to put some up. Now, unfortunately, most people do not know how to preserve meat. So I want you to think about this. They go out in the woods, they get that deer. Congratulations, wonderful. They eat for 3, 4 days, and the rest of that meat goes bad because they don't know how to preserve it. That's going to be a tremendous amount of waste. How long do you think before all the cows, pigs, chickens, ducks, geese, all those things are going to be like, oh my God, you have chickens? Nobody has chickens anymore. Think about these things, all right? This is what it's going to come down to. And then you better, like I said, you better be ready to protect what you have, number one, and you better be ready to do the different things that you need to do. So, where's the best place to buy wheat berries? There's a lot of places that you can get them online. I know for myself, what I always try to do is I look at the Amish stores. and see, go to the an Amish store and you can buy in bulk. Now, they may not have it sitting out there at an Amish store, but if you ask them and you order it, they will get it brought into you. I know that one of the guys that's part of my group down here, John, the place that I get my wheat berries up in New York, he went up there and he ordered, I think, almost 400 pounds. And so they ordered it for him. They called him up and said, "Your wheat berries are in." He drove up there and he got them. So, yeah. Yeah, two-legged fox in the hen house. Exactly. You better be ready to protect everything you have, including your livestock, because people will be coming for it if they. Yes, you can can potatoes. Yep, Mark, you can can potatoes. If you eat nothing but potatoes, you can survive. Remember that. If you can grow one crop. So let's talk about real quick. And I know we're gonna do shout outs here in a minute, I promise, okay? For other channels. We're gonna get on that. But let's talk about a couple of crops that you can grow that get really good results, okay, and that are going to be good long term. Potatoes, potatoes, potatoes is number one. You can live on just potatoes alone, unless you're Irish. No, I'm only kidding. But obviously everybody knows about the Irish potato famine, and that was why you had an influx of Irish into the United States, but they had an issue and they survived mostly on potatoes. And when that happened, they did not do well. So potatoes is a big thing. If you want to go with, you know, sweet potatoes, those are a great one as well. Sweet potatoes are great. Also, any other brand of potato that you want to grow, whatever your flavor is, grow them, get them going. They store great and they're good to have. Another really, really good crop. If you guys were watching last year and how much we were harvesting every day, beans, green beans, yellow beans. When you grow beans and they're coming in, you're talking about a tremendous amount of food. We were giving it away like crazy last year. They're easy to grow and they will produce a ton. The last thing that I would say, and there's a lot of other things that you can grow as well, don't get me wrong, but I'm giving you three things that are very, very easy to grow and they will produce a lot for very little effort. Okay. So potatoes, you put a potato in the ground or you cut it up if you got the eyes on it, and you'll get more than one plant. Get them in there. They're going to really do well. Okay. Beans, green beans, yellow beans, those things grow like crazy. They produce a tremendous amount. They're amazing. All right. The third thing would be butternut squash. It's really, really good. It grows really, really easy. If you guys remember last year how our butternut squash did, how much we had on our plants, it stores very well as well. So those are just three things that off the top of my head that I can think of. And I'm thinking easy to grow, good nutritionally, and large yields. Okay. If you like with squash, or not squash, I'm sorry, with green beans, you better be canning as much as you're eating. So something to think about. Garlic is a great thing. Having asparagus is going to come up year after year after year as well. But I'm just thinking large yields, like asparagus takes time. So, all right, let's do this. Let's get going here. Shout outs for everybody. Let's do shout outs for other channels. We're going to start out with 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. Then we're going to do Bizarriza Jizza, also in New York. And he's got his Carrington Chronicles, a really good story to listen to. And he's got that going up on a regular basis. Also, we have Sean James in the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance up in Canada. Really good guy, very, very family oriented guy. Is building up in Canada in the wilds up there, and he's doing an awesome thing. Obviously, Angry Prepper down in New York City, we love him too. He's amazing. The Outsider's got a really good channel too. I like what he's done with his. You have Canadian Prepper up in Canada. You have Alaskan Prepper, who is also an outstanding human being. Love him to death. You have Alaskan Granny. You have Doug and Stacy. Great channel there too. A lot of good information. Deep South Homestead is another great channel with a lot of good information. Bush Radical, Girl in the Woods. So many of you guys always put Bush Radical, but you never put his wife up there. Girl in the Woods. Love her channel as well. I actually started watching her channel first, and then I started watching her husband's channel. But they do a lot of stuff together. Again, another very family-oriented channel. Les Stroud, he is the original prepping guy. He came out there and he started doing stuff and showing people how to survive a long, long time. And I think that he's the original guy, in my opinion. So you have Wrangle Star is another great channel. You have Magic Prepper out in North Dakota, Pinball Preparedness, Green Greg's. You have Corporal's Corner. You have Bjorn Hansen is another one, really, really good channel. You have obviously we talked about Marfugal News out on the West Coast with Dax and Adam. Great, great channel. You have Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. You have Ryan Hall, y'all. Love Ryan Hall. Boss of the Swamp. Exact Survival Lily. Um, there's a lot of great channels out there. There's a lot of great information. Bushcraft Bear over in the Canary Islands in La Palma. I love that guy. He's very, very. But again, there's a lot. The Green Dream Project. You have the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. You have Kyle's Cabin up in Minnesota. You're looking at different people from different aspects of the country. Mary Greeley News. You have Adapt 2030. You have Full Spectrum Survival. A lot of good information out there. Again, you take all that information for what it's worth, weed out what you don't like, find out what you do like. You're not going to always like every aspect of every channel, and that's okay. You don't have to. But there's a lot of good information out there. There's a lot of great channels out there that will share information as far as growing and gardening and stuff like that. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of it. So somebody just put up Dave Canterbury. He's another really, really good channel. You got Pastor Joe Fox. He's doing his thing. So, there's a lot of great information out there if you just look at it. Um, you know, learn, learn, learn. That would be the biggest advice that I could give anybody. So that's it for today for the shout outs. If I forgot somebody, I apologize. One day I will make a list. I know I keep saying that, and one day it will happen. It will happen one day, I promise you. But again, is that day today? No. We've been a little busy. We've been a little bit busy here at the homestead. But it's definitely, I was saying to Ronnie tonight, I said, man, I can't wait for Friday to get here so we can just kind of chill out for a couple days. It's been very, very good though. It's nice to have people here willing to pitch in and lend a hand, and and making progress and seeing things come together really, really does make a difference. So, but no, I'm excited for what we're doing down here, and it will come together. It really will, and it's already coming together. So, we're already power independent already, and that's a great thing. And so, but all right, man, one of those kind of days, huh? So actually, I'm looking, and I am I was 7 minutes off. So, Jay, the egg count today was 11, and I have no idea if Thick Nick laid or not because Heather did not tell me. She may have, and I don't remember, but I don't think she told me today. So, but prepare, get as much knowledge as you possibly can, be as ready as you possibly can. There is a lot of manipulation going on. It's not my fault, it's their fault. This is happening because of them. They're deflecting the blame instead of taking personal responsibility and say, yeah, we screwed you guys. We screwed you Americans. Thanks for voting us in. But now we're going to continue to screw you. They told you before the election that they were going to screw you, and you voted for them anyway. Congratulations for all of you that did that. You did a great job. And I hope you're happy with the result of that. Where did you get your solar panels and everything? Wisdom of the Monarch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list together, and what I'll do is I will sit down and I will do a video. What I got, where I got it, all those type of things. I will do links for that, and so I will do all that for you. I promise. It may not be right away, but I will get it done for you guys. So I will, because I off the top of my head, I don't remember everything. I had the links, wrote them down, ordered it, and I did a lot of that last year. So, but yeah, build back broke. Exactly. Exactly. So, like I said, control what you can control. Take care of what you can take care of. Take care of your families. Be ready to do whatever we need to do to protect your families. All these aspects of it. It's not just food and water and then everything else will fall into place. That's not how it works. You need to be thinking of every aspect of everything. The first things that you should do no matter what is get food and water. Be ready for that emergency when it happens so that you can be as independent as you possibly can to be able to take care of the things that you need to take care of. That's really important. So I want you to think about that ahead of time. Also, just take care of your families. Think of them, because if you have children, especially if you have little children, they're going to come to you, and they're going to be like, "Why don't we have food? I'm starving. Why don't we have food, mommy and daddy?" And I never wanted to be in that position. I still don't want to be in that position. And my kids are grown, but they're still my children. I will still take care of them. I have my niece, and her one son is now grown as well, but her other two were young. And so, I would take care of them in a heartbeat. That's just, to me, it's very, very important. So, what do we got? 676 in the chat. We're at 568 on the thumbs up. Again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, guys, once again, I am going to ask you to do that to show support for the channel. Also, don't forget your West Virginia Taylor. I haven't switched anything over yet. When I'm down here full time, everything will get switched over to down here in West Virginia. But so again, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Let's shoot for, what are we at, 589. Let's shoot for 700. That's 111 more thumbs up. So let's see if we can hit 700 thumbs up before we jump off here, because we actually, according to what I see, because I was late coming on, we still have 8 minutes, and there's no reason. We're 103 away. So let's see if we can hit that before we jump off of here. So anyway, let's do We Are Legion, because we are many. We are a huge network of people. We are all over the world. We're all over the country. Where is everybody from tonight? Let's keep those thumbs up coming. Let's see how close to 700 we can get. There's Philip in Melbourne, Australia, on his wife's laptop still. That's okay. We will accept that. We have Central Missouri, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Ohio, Southeast Michigan, Kent, Ohio, Michigan again, BC, Canada, West Virginia, Western Iowa, Washington, D.C., Connecticut, Wisconsin, Eckhart, Indiana, Central Pennsylvania, Mississippi, Iowa, West Coast of Florida, Lexington, Kentucky, North Highlands of California, New York, Nevada, Ulster Park, New York, Hill Valley, California, Indiana, Alabama, Roll Tide, Missouri, Eastern Tennessee, Pennsylvania Wilds, Mississippi, Kansas, Arizona. We have Massachusetts, Hanover, Maryland, Birdsboro, Pennsylvania, South Dakota. Love it out there. East Tennessee, Willard, Ohio, Kentucky, Manchester, New Hampshire, Fort Payne, Alabama, Minnesota, Texas, Campbell, Missouri, Northern Illinois, Newfoundland, Hill Valley, California. We got Georgia's in the house, Waterloo, New York, Sharpsburg, Georgia, Southern West Virginia, Brooklyn, New York, Long Island, New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Franklin County, Ohio, Edgewater, Florida, Nothing to Do Town in Louisiana. Well, that happens. Central Florida, King City, Missouri, New Jersey's in the house. We have Virginia's in the house, Tulsa, Oklahoma. So Wisconsin, Fremont, New Hampshire, Maine, West Virginia once again, Washington. So again, just all these different names I'm kicking off. Hey, Lady Kickboxer, keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Taking a big risk might fall flat on my face, but it's better than never knowing. Well, I definitely will keep you in my thoughts, my dear. I hope everything is going to be good. She has been a hardcore prepper, Lady Kickboxer, for 9 months already. Man, that's gone by fast. We have Toronto, Canada in there. We have New York, Dublin, Ohio, southern end of Pennsylvania, Idaho. So, but yeah, it's gone really fast. I know. I can't believe it's that fast or that long ago that we started doing it. So, anyway, guys, we're all over the place. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge network of people. We're a huge family. Oh, yep. JJ's talking. Says, don't forget Heather. Heather has her Etsy shop. JJ just put up the link, guys. If you are interested, definitely check that out. We got Denver, Colorado in the house, North Carolina. Um, so, but Heather's got her shop where she does jewelry, and she also does yarn hats that she's been making. So definitely check that out. The energy crisis. We did talk a little bit about that today, Kim. We did talk about that some, and I think it'll be interesting to see how everything plays out with that. That's for sure. So, but anyhow, let's see. Once again, let me just. What are we at? 6:42. So we need 58 more thumbs up before we jump off of here. We got about 5-6 minutes to go. Because I know that's over. We're already at 9:21, but I got the late start. So we need 55 thumbs up. Juby Joe says, I love my new hat. Thank you, Heather. Well, there you go. So thank you very much for supporting Heather. Very much appreciated. So, so let's talk about that for a second. This is a good point, too. And I forgot to mention this earlier. Look at the bird flu. It's the seventh worst outbreak of bird flu that we've had in the U.S. 28 million chickens so far, that's just chickens, have been euthanized. 28 million. It will get worse. Egg prices will go up. You're going to continue to see, and if we continue to have other problems and other animals have other problems, think about how bad things can truly get. So there is a lot to be concerned about. So just something to share with you guys. It is scary times, scary times that we live in. So you said approximately 5,500 on the solar. So far, yes. About that so far, but I did just buy another battery, big battery, that will be coming here to the homestead. I had it ordered, and they already said it shipped, so it should be here, I'm hoping, within the next couple of days. Wait till you see that battery. You're going to be like, holy crap, because it's a holy crap size battery. So, but it's expensive. So we need 31 more thumbs up, guys. 31 more thumbs up to hit 700 before we jump off of here. Again, I just wanted to say that I appreciate my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. You guys are amazing. And thank you for doing what you do, being here, supporting the channel. It really makes a big difference. So I thank you very much for that. How long is it a drive for you from New York? 8 hours, Nature's Truth. It takes me 8 hours to get down here. It's a long haul. I can tell you that right now. So they killed 1.8 border chickens, 1.9 pullet, and commercial chickens, 1.9 million turkeys. I read today that we are up to 28 million that have been euthanized. So that's the number I'm going with because that's what I read today. So, just putting that out there. But we need 20 more thumbs up, guys. We're 20 thumbs up away. So remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that out, we are going to be in much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. If we ever came together as a group of people, as a country, as a human race, instead of them, us, we, that, all this other nonsense that is continuously perpetuated out there. Stop letting them divide us over race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. It's a tool that is used to keep us separated. Don't let them do that. What are we at? 693. We need 7 more, guys. 7 more thumbs up to hit 700, and we are good. So, also, guys, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Yep, now we're 7:03. We're past it. Awesome. Good job. Thank you. uh, and again, last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, it does not necessarily have to be with prepping. It does not have to be about living off grid. It is whatever goal that you have in mind for yourself that you want to accomplish. If you set realistic goals, they will happen. It will come together for you. The only person that is going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right. That's all you got to do. It's simple, realistically. But so many people let other people influence their decisions on what they do, and they listen to when people say, you can't do that, you know? So, anyway, thank you all. We're at 711 on the thumbs up, so we blew past that 700, which is awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you again for all the support. I hope you're enjoying watching our journey, down here in West Virginia. And there's a lot going on, obviously, so we're getting there. This weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is the prepper. Um, it's not a full-blown prepper get-together, but people that are interested in being part of my bug out group here in West Virginia. So I have some of you have still have you know emails out to me. I will get back to everybody obviously before Friday. So anyway, I will see you guys later. I know best chat even if off topic. Thank you, Judy. I know I never stay on topic. People ask a lot of questions. I try to answer your guys' questions. I'm trying to do the best that I can, but when you have 700-800 people in the chat, it can get crazy really, really quickly. So, but anyway, so hopefully Jason and I will be doing a live stream together on Friday. That is going to be hopefully what we do, and we'll see how that goes. And I will actually, I have to talk to Jason and see if he's interested. So, Angry Prepper, for those of you that don't know who his name is. So, anyway, I will see you all later. Have a great night. We'll see you later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.